Hello, gentlemen. When it comes to the Sigma male, there's one brutal truth. You can't play him. He's not just another guy navigating life by society's rules or bending to anyone's expectations. He's untouchable, operating on a level of emotional and mental strength most people can't even comprehend. If you think you can manipulate, control, or outsmart him, you're in for a rude awakening. In this video, we'll uncover the 8 reasons why the Sigma male is unplayable, and why stepping into his world means playing by rules or not playing at all. Ready to find out what sets him apart? Let's dive in. Number 1 on our list, he makes his own rules. Good luck trying to control him. A Sigma male lives by his own set of rules, and no one, not society, not friends, not even family, gets to control him. He's not interested in following the traditional paths others walk, and he won't waste his time trying to fit into someone else's box. If you think you can push him into a corner or manipulate him into doing what you want, you're only setting yourself up for failure. He's wired differently. He doesn't rebel just to prove a point, and he's not out to challenge authority for attention. His decisions are made based on his own internal compass, one that doesn't waver no matter how much pressure you apply. What makes him even harder to pin down is that he's immune to the typical tools people use to control others. Bribery, guilt, persuasion. None of it works on him. He doesn't crave approval, and he definitely doesn't need permission. His mind is so focused on what he wants out of life that outside attempts to steer him are nothing more than background noise. People often think they can play the long game, that maybe with enough time and effort they can get him to bend. But a Sigma male doesn't bend. He adapts, he moves, but never at anyone else's will. This self-reliance, this total independence makes him unpredictable. You never quite know what his next move will be, and that's what makes him dangerous to those who think they can control him. You might think you've got him figured out, but just when you're about to pull the strings, you'll realize he's already a step ahead, untouched, unbothered, and completely out of reach. At number 2, your opinion of him is irrelevant, and that's terrifying. A Sigma male couldn't care less about what you think of him, and that's a power most people can't handle. In a world where so many base their worth on others' opinions, the Sigma male's total indifference is unsettling. It's one thing to meet someone who acts like they don't care, but it's something entirely different when you meet someone who truly doesn't. Your compliments won't boost his ego, and your criticisms won't shake him. He's not playing the game of seeking approval or validation because he's already secure in who he is. This level of self-assurance is rare, and for some, it's downright terrifying. When someone's opinion doesn't matter to him, it strips them of any control or influence they might have had. You can't guilt-trip him, manipulate him with praise, or try to tear him down with insults. To a Sigma male, none of that moves the needle. This throws people off because they're used to dealing with those who bend to societal pressure or care deeply about fitting in. But the Sigma male exists outside of that realm entirely. The fact that your opinion holds no weight with him means you have zero leverage. It's unsettling because deep down, everyone wants some level of influence over others. But with the Sigma male, that door is closed. You can't shape him, mold him, or affect his direction in life. This total independence from external validation is part of what makes him so intriguing and dangerous to those who want control. Number 3, emotional blackmail. Good luck. He's emotionally self-sufficient. You can forget about using emotional blackmail on a Sigma male. He's completely immune to it. While most people crumble under the weight of guilt trips, emotional manipulation, or drama, the Sigma male stands firm. He doesn't need your emotional approval to feel complete, and he definitely won't be swayed by your attempts to pull at his heartstrings. His emotional independence is so solid that trying to manipulate him only reveals how powerless you really are. This isn't because he's cold or heartless. It's because he's mastered control over his emotions. He doesn't let others dictate how he feels, and that makes him incredibly difficult to manipulate. You can cry, sulk, or throw a tantrum, but it won't work. He won't bend or make decisions based on someone else's emotional state. This level of emotional self-sufficiency is rare, and for most people it's frustrating. They're used to getting their way through drama, but with a Sigma male, all of that just rolls right off him. What makes it even more intriguing is that he doesn't react. You won't get a rise out of him, no matter how hard you try. He sees through the emotional games and disengages before you even know what happened. It's not that he doesn't care. It's that he refuses to be manipulated. His emotions are under his own control, and that's something no one else can take from him. When you realize emotional tactics won't work, you're left with no choice but to face him honestly. And for some, that's the scariest part. At number 4, he's all about actions, not words. Empty promises don't work here. A Sigma male isn't interested in he's only watching what you. Words mean nothing to him unless they're backed by real action. While others might fall for sweet talk, empty promises, or flashy statements, he sees right through it. He's not someone you can charm or convince with grand speeches or excuses. To him, it's all noise until there's actual follow-through. This makes him difficult to play because he doesn't buy into the usual social games. You can promise the world, but unless you deliver, it won't make a dent. Sigma males measure people by their actions, and once they see inconsistency, they lose respect, and once you've lost that, it's almost impossible to get back. He's all about integrity and authenticity. If your words don't match up with what you do, you've already lost him. People who rely on manipulation through language, whether it's flattery, guilt, or persuasion, find themselves frustrated when dealing with a Sigma male. He won't bite. To him, talk is cheap, and he doesn't waste time on those who don't back up their words with real effort. You can't play someone who's already 2 steps ahead, waiting to see if you'll actually walk the walk. And if you don't, he'll quietly move on, leaving you wondering why your usual tactics failed miserably. Number 5. He sees through manipulation like it's child's play. A Sigma male can spot manipulation from a mile away. It's like a sixth sense for him. He sees the subtle moves, the hidden agendas, the little games people play to get what they want, and he doesn't fall for any of it. While most people might get caught up in the drama or misled by a smooth-talking manipulator, the Sigma male cuts right through the noise. To him, it's all too obvious, like watching a poorly executed trick that he's seen 1,000 times before. People who rely on manipulation often find themselves frustrated because what usually works on others has no effect on him. Whether it's emotional games, strategic lies, or attempts to make him feel guilty, none of it sticks. The Sigma male doesn't engage. He simply observes, recognizes what's happening, and shuts it down immediately. He's not interested in playing along because he's already seen the outcome and decided it's not worth his time. This ability to see through manipulation makes him a step ahead of most people. He doesn't need to confront it dramatically or call anyone out. He just quietly distances himself, making it clear that he's not someone who can be played. You won't find him arguing or explaining why he's not falling for it. He simply doesn't. And in a world where manipulation is often the easiest way to control others, the Sigma male's resistance to it makes him practically untouchable. Number 6. He's not here to fix you. Your issues are your own. A Sigma male isn't here to fix anyone. He's not your therapist, your savior, or your emotional crutch. If you come to him with your problems expecting him to take them on as his own, you'll quickly realize that's not how he operates. He's all about self-reliance, and he expects the same from the people in his life. Your issues are yours to handle, and he's not going to get pulled into solving them for you. It's not that he doesn't care, he just understands that everyone is responsible for their own growth. He won't coddle you or give you endless sympathy because he knows that doesn't help anyone in the long run. He respects people who can stand on their own 2 feet and handle their business. So if you're looking for someone to fix you, the Sigma male isn't the guy. He's focused on his own path, and he expects you to be doing the same. What really sets him apart is that he doesn't fall for the classic rescue me game. Some people manipulate others by presenting themselves as a project, hoping to pull someone in emotionally. But with a Sigma male, that tactic falls flat. He sees right through it and won't waste his energy on trying to save someone who isn't willing to help themselves. If you can't carry your own weight, you'll find yourself left behind because he's not about to slow down for anyone who refuses to do the work. Number 7. He's unimpressed by power plays and alpha antics. A Sigma male couldn't care less about power struggles or alpha games. If you think throwing your weight around, flaunting your status, or trying to dominate will impress him, you're wasting your time. He's completely unimpressed by power plays because In his mind, they're shallow and meaningless. While others might scramble for the top spot or compete to be the loudest in the room, the Sigma male stands on the outside, observing it all with complete indifference. He doesn't see value in being the alpha because he's not driven by external recognition or authority. He doesn't need to prove himself by dominating others or climbing some social ladder. To him, that's just noise, a distraction from what really matters. His focus is on independence and personal freedom, not on controlling or being controlled by others. That's why traditional power dynamics just don't work on him. People who are used to using intimidation or status to manipulate others find themselves frustrated with a Sigma male. You can't win him over with titles, influence, or threats, because none of that holds any weight in his world. He's driven by his own internal compass, and your attempts to assert dominance are irrelevant. In fact, he finds it all a bit ridiculous, just another sign that you're playing a game he has no interest in. If you think you can push him into submission or impress him with authority, you'll quickly find yourself at a dead end. He's simply not part of that world. Number 8. Zero tolerance for games. He cuts you off without flinching. When it comes to games, a Sigma male has zero tolerance. The moment he senses someone is playing with him, whether it's mind games, emotional manipulation, or passive-aggressive tactics, he's out. He doesn't waste his time with people who aren't being straightforward, and he won't stick around to figure out what your hidden agenda is. One thing about him, he's direct, and he expects the same in return. If you try to test his boundaries or play with his emotions, you'll find yourself cut off before you even realize what happened. There's no warning, no dramatic confrontation. He simply walks away and never looks back. For a Sigma male, keeping his peace and sanity intact is far more important than engaging in a back and forth with someone trying to manipulate or control him. People who are used to getting away with games often find it shocking when they realize they've been completely shut out by a Sigma. He doesn't give second chances, and he doesn't get drawn into petty drama. Once you've crossed that line, it's over. There's no flinching, no hesitation, just a clean break. And that cold, quiet detachment is what makes him different from most. While others might get tangled in emotional messes, a Sigma male cuts through it all with ruthless efficiency, leaving no room for games or manipulation. In the end, playing games with a Sigma male is a losing battle. His unwavering independence, sharp insight into manipulation, and complete disregard for power plays make him a formidable presence in any interaction. He operates by his own rules and doesn't fall for the usual tricks or emotional gambits. If you're looking to influence or control him, you'll quickly find that his resilience and self-sufficiency render such efforts futile. The Sigma male's world is one of authenticity and action, not drama and deceit. Understanding this is key to engaging with him on equal terms. If you can't keep it real and straightforward, you're better off stepping aside because he won't hesitate to cut ties and move on, leaving you to face the reality that he's simply not someone you can play with. If you found this insight into the Sigma male intriguing and valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this video with others who might benefit from understanding what makes the Sigma male so unique. Stay tuned for more deep dives into fascinating topics and strategies for navigating complex social dynamics. Your support helps us bring more exceptional content to you. Thanks for watching.